What is up? We are back. It is Pavy's Daily Takes. I know I took a couple days off. Sorry about that, you guys. But we're back. I have a lot to say today, a lot to talk about. This might be one of the longer episodes. First in news, I think it's Steve Nash. Steve Nash hiring for Steve Nash is now the coach of the Brooklyn Nets. I think it's a great hiring, honestly. I know people were I've seen Twitter, kind of upset that, a black coach wasn't hired. I'm not going to go on that train with them. Reason being is because I think that that's what KD and Kyrie wanted. So I'm not going to argue with what they wanted. If KD and Kyrie said that they wanted insert black coach, well, then insert black coach would have been hired. I think that KD has a relationship with Steve Nash. Steve Nash also did work with Golden State, previously. I'm not sure how many years he was there, but I know he was an advisor or something to Golden State. So he probably knows KD. He probably has a solid relationship with KD, and that's who KD and Kyrie wanted to coach him. So I'm not gonna get mad at their decision. I mean, like, if y'all want to blame somebody, blame them. They the ones who signed off on it. I promise you, if KD and Kyrie did not want that man coaching, that man would not be there coaching right now. So I'm not gonna get mad at that. It is what it is. Personally, I think he'll do a great job. I think that Steve Nash isn't the type of player that I think was too good to coach. I think some players were too good to coach, like Michael Jordan. Like, how can Michael Jordan coach somebody? Like, imagine Michael Jordan saying, "Oh, why didn't you shoot the fadeaway?" Bro, I'm not Michael Jordan. Or imagine Magic Johnson saying, "Oh, why didn't you see that pass?" Because I'm not Magic Johnson, bro. Bro, I'm not you. You're you and I'm me. And I can't do what you do. But Steve Nash isn't that guy. Like, I think that, obviously he was talented, but I think that a lot of it was skill. And also, I think Steve Nash has seen a lot of basketball. And I think that offensively, at least, the Brooklyn Nets going to be running some shit. Now, I don't know what they're going to be doing defensively, but offensively, I think they're going to be outrageous offensively. So I'm excited to see it. I want to see it. I want to see what comes from it. Again, I think it'll be great. Again, I think it's a great hiring. And again, I'm excited to see it. Steve Nash obviously played for D'Antoni, so I think it'll be a little bit of D'Antoni in the offense. I think maybe we might see it. I don't know what this looks like, but I think maybe we'll see a combination of D'Antoni and the Warriors offense for Steve Nash's Brooklyn Nets team. What that looks like, I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. Also, I think Jacques Vaughn is staying going as an assistant, which I think is a good move because I think that, for what Jacques Vaughn did in the bubble and the way he had the Nets playing in the bubble, I think was commendable. So shout out to the Nets for that, and congratulations to Steve Nash. Next on my list of things to talk about today, Houston Thunder. I said Rockets in 7. Rockets in 7 happened. Two things I want to bring up. Everybody want to talk about the way Chris Paul played. Lou Dort. I don't know what contract. Well, I know what contract the Thunder gave Lou Dort. It was like 4 years, something million. They need to rip that contract up in good favor and re-sign him for more money. Because what Lou Dort did to James Harden over this 7-game streak, I don't think I've seen any human being. Well, not really 7 games. Over from game 3 to game 7. I don't think I've ever seen James Harden defended like this in my life. Like, he rendered James Harden helpless. The man at certain points didn't even want to attack the rim because he couldn't get there. He had that man just settling from 30 feet out. I've never seen a single human being. Now, the Warriors didn't even do this type of job on James Harden. He was even cooking on the Warriors. He was giving the Warriors 30 a night on all the defenders. Somebody need to pull up the stats of what Lou Dort made James Harden shoot when they was guarding each other. Well, when Dort was guarding Harden. Because I've never seen a human being do to James Harden what Lou Dort did to James Harden. That's the story of the series. And also, last night, obviously down the stretch, things, whatever happened. What I want to talk about is that stretch late in the third when I think Russell Westbrook honestly basically won the game for him, in my humble opinion. That straight late in the third, I think he ended the quarter out and put the Rockets up 5. That's what you bring Russell Westbrook here for. Russ, nobody can stay in front of Russ. Obviously, like, Harden is strong and powerful, and he has his moves that he does his rhythm moves that once you let him get in rhythm, he's obviously unstoppable. But Russ is a guy where it's like he makes 1-2 quick crossover and he's at the rim because he's that fast. And I think that straight late in the third, with like the last 2 minutes in the third when he put the Rockets up 5 when Harden was on the bench. It's just what you bring Russ here for, man. Like, Russ just had a stretch of him where he was like, you know what, I'm not going out like this. And he didn't go out like that. So shout out Russell Westbrook. Shout out the Rockets for winning. I got the Yao Ming jersey on. Shout out the Rockets for winning this game. And yeah, next, Bucks Heat. I still do not think, obviously the Bucks are down 2-0. I still do not think that the Bucks actually lose this series. They have to play defense, you know, and I even think that what you saw yesterday in the second half was what happens when the Bucks play defense. When the Bucks play defense and defend with intent, they're very hard to score on. Like, it was hard as hell for the Heat to create points there in that second half. Now, yeah, they won the game, questionable or not, whatever, they won the game. Yeah, sure, it still stands at them being down 2-0. But when they play defense, it is hard as hell for the Heat to score. It's not like the Heat have any, you know, dominant scorers. I mean, Dragic has to look crazy at points, but he's stoppable. Jimmy is stoppable. Duncan Robinson is shooting the ball like he don't want to shoot the ball. Bam is playing great, but obviously he's not a dominant scorer. So if they defend, I think that they can win this series. You know, obviously I think the Heat have maybe the better one-on-one defenders, maybe, but I think that the Bucks are a better defensive team when they all lock in on a string and play defense. So I still don't think that they'll lose this series, even though Giannis is completely immobilized under 2 minutes at times. But like, yesterday, I got to give him credit. He did show up yesterday in the clutch and figured it out. He figured out how to score. Now, granted, the thing about Giannis is also he shoots 60% from the line. So you even see that even when he is aggressive in these moments, if he gets to that line and, you know, he gets fouled and has to step on that line, anything can happen. It's not a sure thing that he may knock down the free throws. Like yesterday, you saw he missed the 2 free throws, and then whatever the hell happened with the refs after that. But again, I still don't think the Bucks will lose this series. I think they will come back and win this series. But I would say for the Heat, it is very imperative that they win Game 3. If they do not win Game 3, I think we see a comeback by the Bucks. Because again, in you know, bubble ball is different. There's no going home to your home fans. Ain't none of that. You in one place and you there. So, like, when you have an opportunity to capitalize and, you know, put your team up 3-0 and really, like, knock a team out, you have to knock the team out immediately. I think that's what you saw in the Rocket series. Game 3, they had a chance to go up 3-0. They tricked the game off, and then look what we get. So, Clippers, Nuggets tonight. I am going with the Clippers. Clippers in 6 games. I'm cutting this a little bit short because my camera's about to die. I did not charge the battery enough. But, yeah, I'll be back for you guys tomorrow. Yeah, like I said, Bucks still aren't losing the series. Shout out Lou Dort and Steve Nash. I think will be a great hiring for the Brooklyn Nets. Pappy did the text. Flex. What it do? Subtle flex. Subtle flex. Subtle flex.